So in this session, I am going to take you through a contemplation. We are all aware that man is trying to expand the boundaries of his experience. Essentially, this is a search for completion. We all want to be complete and whole. So we end up looking at life and make all efforts to satisfy our needs and desires and ambitions. And most of the time, this search goes on in the outer world. It's a different matter that involvement with the outer world brings tiredness, sometimes suffocation, anxiety, desperation. But we keep on exploring the outer world in the hope that one day we will find something that will make us eternally happy. So just look at yourself. Ask this question that who am I? Who is involved in this search? So most of the time we identify ourselves with the roles we are playing in life. You ask a person, who are you? If he's a young boy or a girl and studying, the answer would be, I'm a student. But you ask a middle-aged person, the answer would be, I am a professional or I am a servant or an employee. I do this, I do that. Somebody might even say, I am this body. Because body is something that we really identify ourselves with. We identify with relationships. People who are married, they think of themselves as husband or wife. As parents, they think of themselves as father or mother. And before they are parents, they would think of themselves as son or daughter. The roles or the identifications keep shifting. You take a car to office or to travel and you become the driver. Or if somebody else is driving and you are being taken from one place to the other, you become the traveler. In a public transport, you are commuter. On the roadside, you are a pedestrian. The roles are changing all the time. And yet, there is someone within each one of us who is playing these roles. So it may be worth pondering who this person is, who is playing the role. It is an important investigation because each day during the waking state we are being guided by our senses and the mind to explore the world. But no matter how satisfying a particular day is, at the end of the day the senses refuse to go out and explore. And this is the time we turn within, we lie down on the bed, close our eyes, and one by one the senses drop. We find ourselves in a space where the senses are not there. The body awareness is gone. And yet the mind is functioning and we inhabit a world created by the mind. So one may be stammering in real life, but he might watch a dream that he is delivering a wonderful speech in a huge public gathering and he is drawing applause after applause. And that seems very real. This is the power of dream. So when we make the transition from the waking state to the dream state, the outer world disappears and an inner world appears. Our sense of identity still remains. If in a dream we find that we have met with an accident, the kind of anxiety and fear or hurt and pain that is felt in the dream is the same as would be felt in the waking state if one were to meet with an accident. It is only when out of the shock of the accident in the dream, one is jolted out into the waking state, one realizes that there is no accident, there is no injury, no pain, nothing. But as long as this was there in the waking state, in the dream state, it was real. So this is another reality that we inhabit by going into the world of the mind. And when we go still deeper within our consciousness, even the mind goes to sleep. And that is blissful. One is so relaxed. Even the breath becomes very relaxed. Sometimes people breathe as if they are not human beings but sacks of potatoes breathing. And what is that state? It is a state of no experience. We don't even know whether we exist or not. We cannot recall what happened in that state. And yet something wonderful happens because when we wake up in the morning, we feel fresh. We feel charged and rejuvenated, and we are raring to go. So that shows that there is someone within us who is still there in that deep sleep state when there is no awareness. That person knows when to wake us up in the morning. That person keeps the heart functioning, the breath running. It keeps the body alive in that state, when actually we have no control over anything. And that person is someone whom we do not know. So it may be worth knowing who is that person who is living in this body as us. So we can take this investigation a little further. With closed eyes and using the power of your awareness, look at your body. Go within and figure out what is inside the body. And is there any particular limb or a particular space where you can find yourself? Is there any area where you can point out and say, oh, it is here that I am? Can you figure out somebody who is carrying your name? It's not possible. Then who is that person who is operating as you? Go into further subtleties. The body is made up of trillions of cells. Each cell is performing its given function. The brain cells help us think. The cells in the throat and the tongue help us speak. Those in the eyes make us see. The ones in the heart make the heart function. The ones in the lungs keep the breath running. So all these trillions of cells are keeping this whole system called human being alive and functioning. And they are all performing different functions. Each cell, when it is assigned to a particular part of the body, performs a specific functions. And these are myriads of functions. Any given cell may be performing thousands of functions. We are so much used to having control, but do we have any control on these cells? They are operating on their own. And they have tremendous intelligence. This body is far more complex than the most intricate equipments designed by humans. And yet, when we look through this instrument, go to its parts, we cannot find ourselves. So the question remains, who am I? So if we look at the senses, if we look at how we are experiencing this world, we discover something which we might call attention. We normally take it for granted that the eyes can see. But do the eyes actually see everything that is before them? The answer is no. The eyes are receiving inputs in terms of light, which things are emitting or which things are reflecting. But whatever inputs are being received, the eye recognizes only 20% of them. Why? Because the eye recognizes only those things to which we give our attention. So if you are looking at your screen in the gallery mode, you cannot see the entire screen at one go. You focus on one particular window and you will be able to see the person or the name of the person in that window. But other names will not be visible. So it is attention that brings clarity to the function of the senses. There may be thousands of sounds, but you hear only those sounds to which you give your attention. You may be sitting in a chair or lying down in a bed. Your body is in contact with so many things, but you are aware of only those contacts to which you pay your attention. So if you are not paying attention to the fan which is throwing up air at you, you don't notice it. And if you notice how the skin is reacting to the air of the fan or the AC, then you forget about the contact that your sit bones have with the chair. So this attention is that part of you which is determining your life from moment to moment. It is this attention that helps you recognize yourself in a particular role. And because you identify with a particular role, you tend to become that role. And when you are in any particular role, you become bound by the limitations of that role. Isn't it amazing that somebody who is always thinking negatively, or somebody who thinks that he is not good enough, he is incapable, he is sick, they become incapable, they become sick because they are bound or circumscribed by what they think. The attention cannot go beyond what they are thinking. So just take a few moments, give your attention a free run. The attention is powered by awareness. So can you, with closed eyes, become aware of the room in which you are? Can you sense the room? The furniture is lying in it. The items, personal items that may be there, the things that you use. And allow this awareness to sense everything in general. Do not limit this attention. Attention is limited, but when you go into awareness, it becomes expanded. So let the awareness expand. Now, sitting in your room, in your chair, become aware of the house you are in. Let your attention go out and explore the house. Sense the energies present in the house in various areas. Let this awareness move out still further, exploring your society, your neighborhood. Become aware of the sounds in the distance. If you hear a car honking, if you hear a dog barking, if you hear the noise of traffic, just sense it. Attention gets entangled, but awareness notices. So when you transit from attention to awareness, you are moving from the gross to the subtle, from entanglement to freedom, from limitedness to expansion. So just be in this state of awareness. And suddenly it is understood. One is no longer a separate being, a separate object or thing. One is part of everything, because this awareness is common to everything. In this session, so many of us are connected. We carry our names, we carry our identities, but the common substratum of all beings, all names, all identities is awareness. There is no other. And the beauty of this experience of awareness is actually the experiencer of everything. The beauty of this experience is that the very question, who am I, disappears. In the Upanishads, there is this suggestion that koham, who am I, becomes soham, I am that. And what does it suggest? I am not this body, I am not my mind, I am not my senses, I am not my intellect, I am not my relationships, I am that. And in this state of awareness, the limitations with which we struggle, the fear, anxiety, foreboding, resentment, these are transcended because awareness simply notices. It is never affected. Another thing about awareness is that it is so fluid. That it connects everything. So just be in this experience for a while. You will notice that even the breath is not your breath, it is happening on its own. All bodily functions are happening on their own. Existence happens on its own. Awareness simply recognizes the flow and becomes one with the flow. In awareness, physical boundaries and distances do not matter. In awareness, connect with any challenges you have in life. It could be a relationship, it could be a money challenge, it could be some challenge with an institution, within the family, wherever. Connect and use the power of awareness to experience oneness with that. In oneness, the differences just dissolve. And our own understanding becomes refined. In awareness, we know that we have done something wrong somewhere, knowingly or unknowingly. And we can connect to the affected parties and offer our sincere apologies, seek forgiveness, and it happens because it is happening at a level which is as deep as the heart. All intellectual arguments, justifications, defenses have been transcended. In the same way, connect with all entities who have hurt you or harmed you and against whom you feel aggrieved or resentful. In awareness, you recognize that the same energy is pulsating in their hearts too. And you can easily offer forgiveness to them. Awareness creates opportunities for upliftment of everyone. Without creating any sense of superiority or inferiority. Just connect with your body, your senses, your mind. When we are more aware of what they have done for us, we can be grateful to them, offer them our love and understanding and support. We can become more aware of the times when we took them for granted, caught up in our own emotions, we abuse them. So in awareness, we can repair the relationship with our own selves. and reclaim a friendliness that should always be there. Just be in this state of connectedness on the inside and on the outside. And as you remain in this state, let us enter into a session of sound healing. Beneficial frequencies are a gift of existence because everything is energy and vibration. So take them as a gift of your own awareness to yourself. If you want to offer any service to your ancestors, your friends or relatives who are passing through any challenges, or you want to repair a relationship with someone who has been troubling, invite all of these at the soul level to this session. Make an intention. And because in awareness everyone is connected, they would all come and receive the sound healing which is going to be offered. Only take care to invite everyone with great love, with great respect, because awareness is the same in everyone. Everything happens through love. Normally we think of life as full of struggle, but when we bring loving attention to it, it becomes very easy to move from attention to awareness. So here are the two frequencies which bring about unconditional love in our lives. Being in awareness is to heal at the DNA level and to experience expansion and abundance in life. So here are the two frequencies for that. And now rest in the frequency of nature. And as you listen to this sound, let your awareness gently return to your bodies. When you are aware of the body, just keep the eyes closed for a while. Mentally thank all the souls you had invited to receive healing. Thank them for their presence and very respectfully let them return back to where they came from. Thank everyone present here in this session because each one brings their own positive energy. Thank yourself. Then when you feel like, just bring your palms together, rub them against one another. Feel the energy building up in the palms. Place them on your eyes, covering your eyes with your palms. Let the energy from the palms move into your being. Keep breathing. And when you feel like it, just caress your face, offering your deepest love to yourself. You may want to tap your shoulders, your arms, your chest, wherever. It's your gift of love to yourself. And when you are ready, gently open your eyes. So how did it go today? Anybody wants to share something? There are some new people here. Deepak, would you like to share something? Anyone? Just unmute yourself so that I can put you on the spotlight. No one? हाँ विनय जी एक सेकंड हाँ विनय जी यस
Oh, this was a very interesting satsang. What today I learned that the awareness, when it is in micro level, it is attention, and when attention in macro level, it becomes awareness.
Awareness, yes.
It's a beautiful
Attention
thing.
brings entanglement.
Yeah.
Awareness brings.
It means it is limited. Attention is limited, whereas awareness is unlimited.
Wonderful.
It's a one beautiful thing. और इसके ऊपर मेरे को एक जिगर मुरादाबादी का एक छोटा सा शेर याद आ रहा है.
हाँ बिल्कुल सुनाइए.
एक लफ्ज मोहब्बत का अदना सा, एक लफ्ज मोहब्बत का इतना सा क्या है, आई एम जस्ट फॉरगेटिंग, इतना सा फसाना है
जी.
कि सिमटे तो दिले आशिक और फैले तो जमाना है.
हाँ बहुत सही बात.
तो when the awareness is very limited, it becomes love also. It becomes entanglement. And when it opens, the whole world is there.
Yes.
It's a beautiful thing which I learned today.
आप देखिए ना, जैसे कबीरदास जी ने बोला है कि कबीरा खड़ा बाजार में लिए लुकाठी हाथ, जो घर फूके अपना चले हमारे साथ. तो ये लिटरली इसका मतलब ये होगा कि कबीर इज सेइंग कि आई एम हियर, आई एम वेटिंग फॉर पीपल टू ज्वाइन मी, बट ओनली दोज हु कैन बर्न देयर houses and belongings they are welcome. They can come along. So it is not literal. See, it is
It's
about
not. Yeah,
it is about burning all attachments, giving up
correct.
all sense of who we are. Shankaracharya, today is Shankaracharya's birthday. Yes, today, by the way, it is Shankaracharya's birthday.
That's a,
So there is this famous, song that he sang when he met his guru. The guru asked him, "Who are you?" And Shankaracharya sang, "Mano buddhi hankara chitta ninaham, न च श्रोत्र जिह्वे न च घ्राण नेत्रे न च व्योम भूमिर्न तेजो न वायु चिदानंद रूप शिवोहम शिवोहम I am not this, I am not that, I am not that. I am only eternal bliss and auspiciousness. That is who I am. So that awareness is the part, that eternal bliss and auspiciousness. So once we make a transition from attention to awareness, attention serves us in this world. Whichever thing we give our attention to, we know it in great detail. But that knowing, when that attention becomes, totally focused, then the attention dissolves and awareness remains. That is why
that is
they
in
say,
micro level.
that is why they say that, you when you meditate upon something, what are you doing? You are attentive, you are giving your attention to particular object. So what happens that whenever when you give your attention to a particular object, you become one with that object. So a person meditates upon a flower, say it is a rose. So if that meditation becomes perfect, that fellow will develop the qualities of the rose. He becomes one with the rose. But because there is complete identification with the object of meditation, but when that attention also dissolves, the rose will dissolve and just pure awareness will remain. So that is why they say whether you go into that pure state of awareness, you know everything. And that is why Tavariyaji used to recommend that prism exercise. He used to say that you take a prism, place it on a table, spread a white handkerchief, place the prism on the table, and just look into the prism. Why? Because the prism is not going to throw up an object. So you keep looking until for a long time you will keep seeing the prism. But one day the prism will disappear. And you will get into, you will transcend the world and you will receive something great. So these are the techniques. So, and this finer distinction between attention and awareness, this was given to me in this session today.
Beautiful, beautiful.
When I was
Beautiful.
just speaking, this just came. This is the masters are guiding. So this was given by the masters.
Lovely. I was just thinking a small example.
Gigi.
Suppose everybody likes the mother's recipe. My mother, I mean, she cooked so well, and I like the mother's recipe. But the attention is only up to the mother. But suppose any person knows the taste of the eater who is eating the things, his things will develop, his awareness will develop, and things may be a little more broaden and broaden.
No,
And that
actually,
may be,
yes, that is true. That is true. See,
somebody says ki beautiful layout of the food and how it is served, it goes into the taste. Somebody will say, no, you see the environment also, and it will be more tastier.
but
Somebody will say the mentality of the customer, that will also,
no,
this way you
and
are increasing your awareness.
far more important would be the mentality of the person who is cooking.
Cooking, yes.
Why mother's food is the tastiest? Because the mother
Yes.
pours her love into that food. That food is
So
permeated by the mother's love.
very
And that
true.
is the reason why sometimes when we eat outside, you go to a restaurant and eat, then the stomach becomes very heavy. If one feels so full. Because that attention or attachment or love is not there in that food. So thank you so much for sharing. Anybody else wants to say something? Kashmira ji, you want to say something?
Well, I can only say a big thank you to you for the lovely session,
You're
opening my energy channels, and this is something just beyond, like it's very interesting. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
you are most welcome. You are most welcome. So then, Umaji, you want to say something? No? So let us end this session. I was also not sure whether I will be able to conduct this session properly because some fit out work is going on in my neighborhood and we keep getting a lot of hammering sounds. And some sounds really happened while we were doing this, but I hope it was not much of a uh, disturbance. And I was discussing this with Kaumudi. Today, I said, when we are in awareness, we are one with everything. So if sounds happen, then sounds are also part of what is happening in the cosmos. One has to be aware of the sound. So it should not be a disturbance. So we'll just end the session with the Shanti part. Thank you so much for being here. ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनो सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चिद् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः May peace and auspiciousness prevail everywhere.